so this next section, we're looking at problems 13 through 18. This is now when we have adjacent triangles, where you have to do a multi-step, a combination of special rights. You're going to have probably about 2 of these on your reassessment. Open-ended, very similar to the ones you're seeing here. I'm going to walk you through. And these are the ones that have the questions on the most in class. So the key to this is start with the triangle that you have a side link to. So if I look, I have this 5 square root of 2, and that goes with the 45, 45, 90. And when I have 45, 45, 90, the legs are the same, so that's 5 square root of 2 for this leg. And to get to the hypotenuse, I'm now going to have to take whatever the leg is and multiply by the square root of 2. So 5 square root of 2 times the square root of 2. And you need to simplify that. See if you can get to the hypotenuse. The hypotenuse, you should hopefully get, is 10. Okay? If you had 5 square root of 4, you forgot to take the square root of 4, which is a perfect square, which is 2, so it's 5 times 2. All right, so basically what I have here is I have a 10 for my hypotenuse. And that 10 for my hypotenuse is also the hypotenuse in the adjacent triangle, because it's opposite the right angle. So if I have to, I can redraw it. I might want to do that on the test to help you problem solve and just relabel. We got 10 now. We have an X. We have a 60. We're trying to get to X. This is a 30, 60, 90. So we have to get to the short leg first. And I have the hypotenuse. So to go from a big part to a small part, you divide by what on this problem? Yes, by 2. So the short leg is 5. So if the short leg is 5, then the long leg, which is the X, is basically 5 square root of 3. Leg times square root of 3. All right, and so we're going to do the same for 14. Start with the triangle that you have a number next to the side, on the outside. That would be, again, the 45, 45, 90, which is the 8. So that other leg is 8, and then the hypotenuse here, hopefully you got, is 8 square root of 2. Then I look and see that 8 square root of 2 is what part in the adjacent triangle? Well, if I just redraw it, that part is opposite the right angle. That 8 square root of 2 is the hypotenuse in this triangle. We're trying to get to the X again, but in order to do that, I have to get to the short leg first. So I need to go basically from the hypotenuse to a short leg, a big part to a smaller part. So we're going to take that 8 square root of 2 and divide it by 2. And we simplify that to 4 square root of 2. So the short leg is 4 square root of 2. And now to take that short leg and go to the long leg, I'm going from a short to a bigger part. Now I'm doing, yes, multiplication. So X would be that short leg, 4 square root of 2, times the square root of 3, which now gets simplified to 4 square root of 6. Okay, because the 2 and 3 can multiply together because they're both inside. All right, so let's try number 15 together. I'm going to get you started. I want to see if you can finish it. We are starting with 6 root 6. That is the hypotenuse. We need to get to the leg. So I'm taking that 6 root 6. I am dividing by square root of 2. Now, a problem like this, because both of these are inside the house, we can actually do 6 divided by the square root of 2, or square root of 6 divided by square root of 2. And that gets simplified to 6 square root of 3. So that tells me both legs, 6 square root of 3, 6 square root of 3, which is now the leg. Oops, and I ran out of room, but 6 square root of 3 is now the leg in the 60, 30, 90. So I want to get to the short leg. Well, if it's 6 square root of 3, then the short leg is 6. And that's all we needed, was the short leg. Then that's for the hypotenuse. So number 16 is very similar to number 15. The only difference now is that, oh no, there's just one in the short leg. So we're going to take our hypotenuse, start with the hypotenuse, and go to the leg. So we take the hypotenuse, 10 root 6. We're dividing by, if you said 2, that was for 30, 60, 90. We should be dividing by the square root of 2. So this gets simplified to 5 root 3. That 5 root 3, what part is it in the 30, 60, 90? Okay. 17, they give you the long leg because it's 9, it's opposite the 60. And so this is my long leg here. Again, this is, you have to start with the 30, 60, 90 triangle and get to the short leg and then find the hypotenuse. I'm not going to do this one. I think you can handle this one. 18, we'll talk about this, a couple of multi-steps. You start with your short leg because that is the short leg in the 30, 60, 90. We need to get to the hypotenuse because if I get to the hypotenuse, that is also the hypotenuse in my 45, 45, 90. So to short leg to hypotenuse, I'm just doubling. So I know that the hypotenuse is 12 root 6. So I just said 6 times 2, or 2 times 6 root 6. 6 times 2 is 12, and you get root 6. All right, so now I'm going to try to get to the leg, because that's what the x is. The x represents a leg in the 45. I'm going from the hypotenuse to the leg, so now I'm going to divide both sides by root 2. Now we're doing root 2, okay? And again, 2 can go into 6. You should get this answer. All right, so you will have 2 dealing with multi-step, starting from one triangle, using your answer from that triangle to get to the next. There's your explanation for that section.